everyone, it's Nefertiti with ChevelleMavelio.com, and I'm here to talk to you about Candida. This is the series for video number 2. Make sure you visit video number 1 to see some of the other things I had to say about that, as well as the symptoms for Candida, which is another term for yeast infection. It can happen to men as well as women. One of the things that I wanted to talk about as well is some of the cures for it. But as far as the symptoms, there's hyperglycemia, hyperthyroidism, irritability, nervousness. Male-associated problems would be jock itch, loss of sex drive, impotence, psoriasis, penis infections, difficulty urinating, painful intercourse, swollen scrotum, and then also there are lesions on the skin and inside the body and the brain. I know that seems so extreme for something that's supposed to be like a yeast infection, but when you think about the prolonged, I guess, state of an imbalance, eventually it would lead to some type of, I guess, dysfunction. If you're experiencing joint pain, stiffness, or swelling, kidney, bladder infections, lack of appetite, all those things are directly linked to Candida. And it's such a long list of symptoms that you think it could be maybe any number of things, right? But I would suggest that if you eat a lot of sugar, if you eat a lot of bread, if you eat a lot of pasta, and if you have, I think one of the other things that I did also research was that on your scalp, if you're having like, it looks like ringworm kind of looking stuff, and then if you have like this kind of scummy looking, I know it sounds so disgusting, but it is what it is. I mean, it's almost like a film on top of the scalp, and it might consist of skin and oil. And you might think it's like dandruff or that your scalp is just dirty, but that's a sign of Candida. And one of the things that you can do to test to see if you have Candida or not is you can actually take a glass of water and you can spit in it. I know this sounds gross, but you'll let it sit for like an hour or two, and if it looks like it has like fibers, again, it does sound gross, but this is the way you can find out. If it looks like it has fibers, then you have Candida. And what you want to do is you want to make sure that you are drinking apple cider vinegar. That's what I do, especially if I get around mold. Black mold is horrible, and again, yeast is a cousin to mold. And it just depends on the environment that I've been around. Most of the time I drink it anyway, just to keep it balanced, because when you stay alkaline, it's so much better, because when you're too acidic, it's not good. So that, and then also you could do your home remedies from your home homeopathic doctor. You could talk to your regular doctor and see if there needs to be any tests or anything done. They usually give oral medication. I did talk about that in the last video as far as antibiotics and how sometimes it's not the cure-all, because it does kill the good bacteria. Now, one of the things that I do have on my site, because I have my products, but if it's something that you would like to try, what I do personally, I do the sea salt deep conditioner. And this is the olive oil. Now this one is the grapeseed oil, and it's a little lighter than the olive oil. And I just, sometimes if I have time, I let it sit in all day, and it's so fun. It just gets all the impurities out. I mean, my skin is glowing. It's really fun. But overall, it gets all that bacteria out. The sea salt kills the fungus. It kills anything. Like, a lot of times people will have like this kind of wet dog smell if they leave their hair up and it's wet for a long period of time. That's a sign of hair follicle mold. So click, rate, subscribe, and watch the next video, and I'll finish telling you about Candida and how you can get rid of it and how to balance out your diet.